Hello, welcome to the Hebb&Griff Podcast. We're on episode 4. I am Alex, aka Heb.
And I'm Ollie, aka Griff. And I'm glad we finally got to that intro after...
That was so smooth.
Yeah, after...
First take. Last week, when we recorded on Wednesday, it took about 4 goes. That was good.
Yeah,
Strong.
I'm impressed.
Progress.
Did a good job, mate.
Thank
well
you.
Done.
Proud of you.
What do you think, mate? Good job.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get in there. We almost sound professional, apart from when we started talking about it.
I don't feel it. It's only been 4. We've got a few to go before we actually start feeling like we're an actual podcast.
How do you think it's going, though?
Well,
yeah,
I think I'm enjoying it. That's the main thing.
We still need to. So as we're recording this one, we still haven't published episode 3, so we still don't know obviously how well that one's going to go. But the other 2 that we do know have gone out. They've done pretty well. Yeah. For a small little podcast we're obviously not like super well known, but we're enjoying it. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good start. We're getting some good comments, good feedback about it. We're enjoying it, and I think that's the main thing. Yeah. We just keep enjoying it. But yeah, if you've watched last week's, which, like you said, we haven't uploaded yet, let us know what you thought to that kind of podcast. Yeah. Little kind of games. You know?
Yeah, we're open to suggestions, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
We like playing the games, don't we?
Yeah, it's fun. It just
daft and a bit fun. Yeah.
Makes it a bit more light-hearted, which is what we want.
But yeah, thank you to everyone that has watched so far and has liked and whatever. If you could like and subscribe, if you'd like to, that'd be excellent, because it just means hopefully more people are going to see it, and we can sort of keep building on what we've got so far. We've not really got anything like planned really today. We were just going to have a sort of general chat about what we've been up to, and then we're going to talk. We've got some of our older cameras with us that we're going to talk about.
We're hoping that they'll kind of infuse some kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Just by having them on the table.
Yeah. But why don't we start with what we've been up to today?
Today we've been taking some pictures for athletic brand Spotty Dog, and it's gone well, hasn't it? It was fun.
It's really well. It's good fun. Yeah, we always like working with them. Chris and Rachel at Spotty Dog, they're really nice people. And Chris has listened to episode 2 and brought up your mouth fumbler, which I thought was good.
Yeah, well, that's now the new saying for it instead of tongue twister. We're going with that.
I want to get that merched up. I want some mouth fumbler.
Hashtag mouth fumbler. Like I said earlier, we should get some drink cartons with mouth fumbler on it.
A mouth fumbler tumbler.
A mouth fumbler tumbler.
Which in itself is a mouth fumbler. Excellent.
That's actually a really good idea.
Excellent.
I think we should do that. Would you buy one, Deck?
No, definitely.
A mouth fumbler tumbler.
Yeah. Deck's the fair sale. I mean, if Deck don't buy it, and then we're already gone downhill.
Yeah.
So.
I don't want to set a precedent of making merch that only rhymes, though, because that could go anywhere.
Maybe that's our thing.
I don't know what our thing is. But I'm down for a mouth fumbler tumbler.
Yeah. What going back to the shoot that we did today, what did you think to their intense 25-minute circuit training?
So basically they did we were just taking pictures of them working out, because one of the things they wanted to show was how they've kept going, especially during kind of lockdown, and they've kept working out, and some of the progress that some of the guys have made that they work with.
How much did that one guy
I can't
lose?
remember, but
he showed us a picture of what he's lost, and it's over a short period of time. I think he's lost it, and
it's like half the man he was.
Yeah,
it's really impressive. James, he was called, I think. So shout out to James. They did a workout at the end. It was they call it the 50. I think it was a 15 cal workout. So basically, they burnt 15 calories on a bike, and then they did pull-ups. How many pull-ups? Was it 15 pull-ups maybe?
No, I feel like it went up each round. Right, okay. So it went up by 3 each round, and by the end there was up to 15.
Oh God.
And they was doing this for 25 minutes non-stop.
And we were just watching it we was taking photos, and I think we took a photo of everything now, trying to getting different angles, and they were just like sweating and sweating and sweating.
We'll see the progress throughout the pictures of that 25-minute workout, how they've got more and more tired and sweaty.
Yeah.
And like Chris said at the end, from watching him, he was tired just watching him. I think I felt the same.
Yeah.
But I was like rolling about on the floor trying to get the pictures and that.
Yeah, he's trying to get involved. You tried a few pull-ups, didn't you?
I did do a few pull-ups.
You tried to do it. They did these basically because it's a CrossFit gym. In CrossFit, when you do pull-ups, you only have to get your chin above the bar. Well, I say only. You have to get your chin above the bar for it to count. And they've developed this technique where you basically use as little effort as possible. Like you sort of do like the worm in the air whilst you're holding the bar.
Yeah, you use the momentum of you to get up.
Like,
but like, is
that
really still really a pull-up?
Well,
I suppose you still
technically,
like for CrossFit. I suppose you're still like using energy.
Yeah,
and I suppose the main thing about CrossFit is to burn calories.
To be fair, he made it look really easy.
Yeah.
And he's obviously experienced doing it, so I don't think it's probably going to be that easy for everyone. But yeah.
Well, like I tried it, even the techniques. Like I can do a pull-up, but the technique was quite difficult to get my head around. Like, I was just flapping around like a fish.
Saying that, you can't floss, right?
I can floss.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I can floss. Deck, you've seen me floss, haven't you?
I feel like you need to.
Seems...
I feel like you need to prove it.
Well, I'm not flossing right now.
Why? Why?
Because the listeners won't be able to listen to me floss.
Well, I will confirm if you can or not.
Right. Floss is coming out.
Okay.
Can the camera see me?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Oh, no.
So for the listeners...
Wait.
For the listeners, that was a colossal disaster.
Wait. Oh, no. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
I'll just have to find it.
I'll let you have that.
See?
Well done.
Got it.
I mean, it took a bit of warming up.
Well, yeah, no, I haven't flossed in a while. No, it's not like riding a bike.
No.
You've got to relearn it. Levi's been trying to teach me how to dance lately.
Really?
I can't dance.
No, I know, I've just seen.
And she even says to me, like, considering the fact that you're a drummer and you're meant to have really good like hand-eye coordination and feet coordination, I'm a terrible dancer.
I mean, are you learning to dance for a particular reason?
No, just for a laugh, just to get me through the nights.
What kind of dancing have you been doing? Is it TikTok dancing?
Yeah, it was a TikTok dance, a shuffle.
Right.
Like some kind of thing. I'm not going to try that one because I'll look an absolute tip.
I'll not chase you on that. Because I can't do them either, so I can't judge, but I can floss.
Yeah? Go on then.
No, I'm not going to need a warm-up.
Okay, he's going to go straight. Yeah, but you've seen me do it, so... Yeah, that's the floss, yeah. Well done. I'll give you that. Right. I think if there was points to be out...
No, I think that is a point.
Yeah.
No, I think that is a point.
You get more points from me for not having to warm up.
I think this is this week's challenge done.
Deck.
And I win.
Let's see the floss.
Yeah.
No, we need your floss.
I can't.
Oh, well, no one can see you, so we'll just say, oh, that's a good floss. Oh, God, you're smashing it.
Amazing.
Deck's
doing
such
it
a good
upside down. That's incredible.
Oh, you're hanging from the roof.
Gravity boots.
But yeah, no, I can't do those pull-ups. Yeah, it's very impressive. And I can't believe the guy that we were talking about that lost the weight, he kept going to the very end, and I was just like, oh my God, that's so impressive.
Well, they were all going to the very end, and the motivation it must take to push yourself for 25 minutes. I mean, the first 10 minutes is probably all right, and that's where I'd probably call it a day. Yeah. I think when you're in a group setting and you've got everyone around you doing it, you're definitely more motivated to want to keep going. But if I was doing that on my own, it'd be hard to motivate myself to carry on for the full 25 minutes.
Yeah, it's. I think I can speak for both of us when we say we've never really trained for endurance, have we?
No.
Whenever we've gone to the gym, I don't want to talk too much about going to the gym and being a meathead or anything. But, yeah, we just used to lift weights like normal.
Yeah.
But what these guys do is very impressive. I remember, because for those who don't know, I'm quite a big fan of mixed martial arts, UFC, that kind of thing. And I remember always thinking, one day I'll do it. I'll have a pro fight. And I think I saw a training montage of there's a fighter called Michael Chandler. I think I saw a training montage of him training, and it was just insane. I just said to myself, nope, not doing that. I can't do that.
Well, so that just completely switched off.
But he's just a machine, like lifting throwing all these weights around. It was like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm not even going to pretend I can. But yeah. But we were talking as well, weren't we? We were talking about making a documentary.
Yeah, we're really interested in trying to have a go at, starting at some mini docs and just seeing how it goes, really. We've spoke about it a while, haven't we?
Yeah, it's something that, like you say, something we've always talked about, but it's always been a case of, what can we do it about?
Yeah.
But Chris, who we mentioned, who part owns Spotty Dog, he's training for an event in December. I think he said it's called RX.
Yeah.
Some kind of CrossFit event.
Did he say it was Road to something? Oh,
no, I think I came up with that.
Oh, you came up with that.
That's what we call it.
Road
right. To RX, yeah. Basically just him training.
It's a good name, actually.
And then him at the event as well. But yeah, he sounded up for it. Very up for it.
Yeah, he did. I think it'll be a lot of fun doing something like that. It's going to take us... I think it'll take us out of our comfort zones, definitely, because it's not something that we've done before. And it'll be interesting to see what challenges it brings us, because it's completely different to doing client work, because client work is you decide what's going to happen. Documentaries, you're documenting what's happening, so you've got to make sure you.
But at the same time, it is sort of similar, because you're still kind of you're trying to find the storylines, and you're trying to pick out the interesting bits about, when you're working with a client, you find out their story before you make a video about them, don't you?
Yeah.
Or most of the time anyway. So you find out what makes their company or their work special and unique, and you kind of input that into the video. And like you say, it'd be like a documentary, it'd be a lot of filming, but then you'd maybe just figure out the storylines after.
Well, yeah, like you were saying earlier, you don't figure out how it's going to go until you've probably finished filming.
That's it. Yeah.
Which does make sense, because like I was saying, you can't plan anything that's happening in the documentary. You can have a direction, I suppose.
Yeah. I assume. I guess you'd always have ideas in your head of how you'd want it to go. And I bet most of the time, when you're filming, you'd film something in particular, but I can picture exactly how I want that to look in the documentary. But it might be next week something different happens, and you have to kind of abandon that thought.
Because I'm imagining with a documentary, we're not going to be saying, "Oh, go over there for that shot," or "Do this."
I reckon you could do a little bit of that.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I suppose a little bit, but is it more the case of we'll just kind of be there capturing the moments and framing each shot, however
I guess
they're sat?
Yeah, you want to be kind of.
I suppose. Ow. I suppose in a sense it's like filming weddings.
Yeah.
Isn't it, really? Because when the wedding's actually happening, we can't tell them where to go. It's just happening.
No, yeah.
So we've got to capture the moment as it's happening. So I suppose, in a sense, it's going to be similar to wedding videography. Yeah. And I'm really excited to get my teeth sunk into a little project like that.
Absolutely, yeah. Maybe we'll do it where we start off with something a bit smaller, just to get, like you say, get our teeth into it, and then once we kind of have some experience with it, we'll do something a bit bigger like this.
And then contact Netflix and
yeah, sell it, get some BAFTAs.
Yeah. Did you know for Netflix documentaries, they have approved cameras for it?
Oh, really?
So only ARRI Alexas, I think, are approved for Netflix documentaries. Oh, wow. I'm not sure what else. Maybe the Sony Venice cameras.
Is there a particular reason why? Or?
I think maybe because of the codec on the cameras, or they know that it's going to be good quality for Netflix. I'm not sure on the ins and outs of it, but yeah, right. I've heard that there's Netflix approved cameras.
Okay, well, we'll put them on our Amazon wish list.
Yeah.
If anyone fancies buying some.
I don't know if you can buy the new ARRI, like you can only rent them.
Oh, okay.
Like the cinema line ones. I think you can like buy old ARRI Alexas.
Do you think if someone gave you one right now, you'd know what to do with it?
I don't think they're made to be complicated. I think like it'd take a little bit to get used to the buttons on it, but I think from what I've seen from pictures and that and YouTube videos, cinema cameras and stuff like that aren't made to be complicated, because like they've got literally everything in front of you on the camera. Like there's no complicated menus on it, so it's like ND filter button on the side, blah blah blah, exposure setting on the side. So I think at first you get a bit overwhelmed by all the buttons on it, but I think it's
same as anything though. You sit and figure it out, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, even on our new Sony cameras, there's a lot of buttons on there, but 5 of them are actually custom buttons.
Yeah. That
you can set to whatever you want. So like on first look on the camera, you're like, bloody hell, there's a lot of buttons on there. What do they do? And then
but you figure it out, don't you?
Yeah.
Bit of a segue, that a good segue into what we was kind of planning to speak about.
Yeah.
Which is some of our older cameras, and I think one of the things we want to get across is, or rather, the question that we want to ask is, do you need a really good camera to make a good film or to take a good photograph?
No.
That's it. That's all we're going to say about it. No, go on. Why don't we?
No, so I think it really depends. So I think a lot of people, so if they're starting out in videography and wanting to make a business of it, a lot of things that holds them back is, I haven't got a good enough camera, or I haven't got the money to get a good camera. You don't need a good camera to start out. You need something that's going to do the basic, like the bare necessities that you need. Like, for example, we started this business on a Canon M50, which it's basic in terms of cameras, really, but it still does everything
is it
that you
like
need to.
Is it kind of a for beginners camera?
It's probably a for beginners camera. It's an intermediate. Intermediate after, like, so. What are the levels?
I'm trying to think of Skyrim level.
Intermediate, then expert, or something like that.
Yeah, I'd say it's like between beginner and intermediate.
Okay.
Begin intermediate. We'll go with that. So yeah, like, I'm very surprised,
Mouthful.
And I've always been very
Mouthful.
Don't remind everyone of that. Just wait till we get the t-shirts. I've always been surprised at what this camera can do, and if I was still using this camera now for the business, like, it'd still do what we want.
Yeah.
It's a little workhorse.
Well, I mean, how many we shot? What, 3, 4? More than that, probably like about 10 videos on it.
Yeah.
They're all quality.
And no one's.
We do say so.
Oh yeah, no one's ever said, the quality of that picture, because that's the thing. So 1080 like full HD on one camera is going to look near enough the same as full HD on another camera. Yeah, you'll get more dynamic range out of another camera, but if, for example, like with my M50, it doesn't have amazing dynamic range in video, you find a way to work around that. You avoid shooting into like a sunny day, or you avoid shooting in dark situations. There's always ways to work around it, and we always found ways to work around it.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing is, I think it's good to start off with something basic, because if you can do everything on that camera and do it well, and then moving on to a more advanced camera, you're going to be having a laugh. Like, I think master the craft first before,
that's it. I mean,
before the gear.
To go back even further, this is the first camera that I ever bought, and it's a Canon EOS 300. It's a film camera. I say I bought, I think it was a gift. But it's, film camera, and I think we spoke about it in our first podcast, that we learned to shoot on film, and film was kind of a really good way to actually learn photography, because you're so much more kind of restricted in what you can do, especially in sort of like setting up shop. You can't just click away and then check the photo. You've got to click, go to a dark room, develop your film, develop the photos, and then you can see. So it's a long, complicated process. So it teaches you to become a better photographer, I think.
Yeah.
And it's black and white as well, that we shot in. So yeah, and it's not, like we say, it's not a complicated camera. This is probably a more advanced film camera. It's got like the different modes on it. It's got aperture priority, shutter priority, manual, and some sort of built-in ones that I don't think I ever used. But still, it's, pretty basic, and I got some excellent photos from it, to be honest, which I've lost, which I'm a bit annoyed about.
You've lost?
Yeah, because it was all college work, and I think I put it away. I didn't think I saw the value in them, but I wish.
I don't know where all my college work's gone, actually.
Yeah.
I remember I had it all nicely displayed in the college book, but it's probably in my mum and dad's attic somewhere.
Well, I thought mine was, but I think they got rid of it. But I think potentially.
What's this rubbish here?
Yeah,
black and white, that's old.
What's this tap? Get rid of it. And then just to this is the second camera. So when we started doing digital photography in college, this is what I got. Which is a Canon EOS 1100D, which again, it's not a very advanced camera. It's not, probably a big intermediate.
It's probably the SLR version of the M50, really.
It's a bit older as well, to be fair. Like it can do video, but it doesn't autofocus on the video.
Oh right. Oh yeah, it is a lot older than that.
Yeah. I've shot some stuff on this though, for my other job, and it came out pretty good.
What video?
Yeah. All like manual focus as well, which was quite challenging, but it was a good challenge. Good.
Yeah.
I managed to keep it all in focus for the most part, which is all right. It was mostly just on tripods though, so that was easy to do. So yeah, the outcome is.
The outcome is that it doesn't really matter. There are certain things that can hold you back, but like I said, you work around it, and then if you're starting a business, use what you've got until you can afford better.
Yeah.
There's no point making excuses not to start a business or something because you haven't got the right gear.
I think saying starting a business could be potentially intimidating as well. I'd say maybe don't think of it as a business, just think of it as taking photographs for a little bit of cash.
Yeah.
If someone says, you've got a camera, you know how to use it, do you fancy just coming and taking a few photos of my family or even at my a wedding in the night. Do you fancy taking? Just do that. And
just go for it.
Get started. It's all experience, and obviously, if you are getting a little bit of cash, then that's win-win.
It is definitely, but it's a good feeling getting to that point.
Yeah.
It is, and it's really made me kind of respect like photography and videography a lot more, and the work that goes into it as well, because it was more of a hobby before. It's not something you really think about, and then when actually doing the work and all the stuff that goes into it, all fun still, but there's a lot that goes into it, and it's just made me appreciate the whole kind of thing a lot more as well.
Yeah, it is enjoyable.
It's really enjoyable. It's
Massively.
Definitely something that we're both very passionate about and want to continue doing this for however long it takes.
We'd like to make it our only source of income at some point, wouldn't we? But we're getting there. Thanks to everyone's help and the clients that we've had. It's been good.
Yeah.
Get a bit serious, I don't like it.
Yeah. We need to be... Deck, do some dancing.
A camera-related question then.
A camera-related question. Oh, we've got a prompt, okay.
You were talking about how you were using that camera and it had a limited range and you had to adapt to that.
Yeah.
Do you then feel that by having a more advanced camera that makes you be lazier if you have that sooner? So say you went out and you bought a couple £1,000 camera as your first camera.
Yeah.
It's gonna, if you're shooting video, it's going to adjust the focus and do all that stuff for you. Is that going to make you a lazy photographer? Do you think maybe it's better to have something a little bit simpler so you do have to learn to adapt?
I think...
I don't know what the audio's like.
What, for Deck?
Yeah, so...
You can hear pretty well on the last podcast. You can hear.
Good.
It's just like in the background, like a little voice in the back of your head. So I would say, you're not a lazy photographer. I think it's good to appreciate the cameras that you have and appreciate the challenge. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's good to learn to adapt to these challenges yourself because it makes you a more competent photographer and videographer. And if you've got a camera that doesn't have good autofocus and you have to adapt to use more manual focus, and then when you've got the new camera and there's a situation where you're going to need to use manual focus, like say you've got two subjects at different distances and you want to pull focus from the furthest distance subject to the one closer to you, if you relied on autofocus, it might do that a bit fast and it might not look as nice as if you did it manually, do a manual focus. So having learnt that before, you know what I'm saying, it gives you more experience, I think, and it makes you understand cameras a lot more, I think. I
feel as well though, if you were going to get into photography or videography and you bought the Ace, like the latest Sony A7 camera, I feel like you would have researched that camera and you would have kind of known what you were getting yourself into. So like you got, all right, I want to take photos and videos, what camera do I need? I'm going to look into it. And if you'd have found that, because if you were to type into Google, what camera do I need to start doing this, you'd probably get a fairly basic one. But if they've got a really high spec one, then they've probably done a bit more research into it, so that they know specifically that they want that one. And does that make sense? Yeah. They're probably going to be enthusiastic about it before they've got the camera, so they probably know a little bit about what they're after. Yeah. And what they need to be doing with it.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, if you type what is the best camera, then it'll probably come up with that. And I think if a newbie got a really good camera, unless they did a lot of research on the camera and knew how to use it, you won't be able to. They won't be able to use the cameras to its full potential.
No, yeah.
Because
I don't think the videos that they shoot. Well, actually, I don't think anything that they would have done on it would be as good a quality as if you gave that camera to somebody that had been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
that's kind of bound to happen. But they're probably going to get better at doing it at quite a fast rate.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah,
that's my take on it. We was going to speak a little bit about another idea we had, weren't we?
Was we?
Yeah.
What was that?
We was going to speak a bit about, because we, as a small business, we want to obviously work more.
Oh yeah, this idea.
Yeah,
I've got you.
We want to work more with other small businesses, so we had the idea of actually getting some small businesses on. That's a mouthfumbler. We had the idea of getting some small businesses on to talk about their business and how they got started up, and maybe making it like a monthly feature. Potentially keep it somewhat local, just for the people we know. But we're open for anybody to get in touch, and we could probably take all our equipment with us somewhere if
you want us to come to you, we'll pack up and we'll get to yours. Don't you worry about it, and we can have a socially distanced chat outside if that's what you need.
But we'd like
we can bring the bop it with us. We've got
7-foot Christmas tree,
some beach, the beach, not table tennis, beach. What are them? What are they?
Rackets.
Beach rackets. We can bring them, have a game. Winner loses
the business.
No, maybe not that one.
But yeah, we would like to work with some small businesses and to help, because I think obviously by talking to us, you maybe get your story out there, maybe get a few more customers, and if you was to share the podcast, obviously that'd help us out too. So I think it's just a all round good idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be nice to hear other businesses' stories and how they got to where they are and what makes them passionate about what they do.
Yeah, I think it'd inspire us as well.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting. So just drop us a comment on YouTube if that's something you want to do. If anyone has any suggestions on businesses, let us know. Yeah, and we'll hit them up.
So by the time this podcast goes out, excuse me, by the time this podcast goes out, episode 3 will have already been out.
That's correct.
This one's going to come out
after
the following
episode 3.
week. So we've got a bit of a stock now.
Yeah.
So by that point, we'll have done our next shoot. So would you like to tell people what it is, if you could remember?
What's our next shoot?
Britpol.
So we're taking. Actually, this is going to be a lot of fun because you're doing some drone shots of their vehicles, and we've planned out a route for it. Some nice cinematic drone shots with the British countryside in the background.
Some trucks,
and that'll be leading up to the Humber Bridge, and it's going to be some really, really interesting shots. And we're taking some pictures of the vehicles as well.
Yeah.
So
Look forward to it.
Yeah, it'll be good.
The only thing I'm concerned about is, so we went to test fly the drone. I think we spoke about this previously. We went to test fly the drone near the Humber Bridge, and the weather wasn't very good.
It was really windy.
The forecast isn't great.
No.
So we're gonna have to see.
The forecast isn't great for the weekend.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, indeed.
Oh, let's put a downer on the podcast. Isn't
But we'll still be able to take obviously photos of the trucks from the ground.
Yeah.
Get some nice photos of those. And
yeah, we've only got the DJI Mini 2, and that kind of goes back to what I'm saying about gear. So we've got the cheapest of the DJI drones, but it shoots some incredible video footage, takes incredible pictures as well. dynamic range on it is good. But because it's so small, it battles with the wind. So we have to figure out ways around that. So it doesn't hinder our work. So we can still get some good shots, but we just have to adapt the way that we work. So if it's not a windy day, and then we'll be all right. But if it's windy, and then we've got backup plans, and we can put them in place.
Yeah, backup plan's probably going to be pick another day to do it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, you're right though. You just have to figure out a way around it. But yeah, we'll figure it out, I'm sure, and potentially even record another podcast as well. So we'll have like 3 in the bank, which should be good.
We're getting stocked up, aren't we?
Yeah, it's going well.
Yeah.
I want to get a guest on soon.
Yeah, we need to get a guest. Dex, do you want to be the first guest?
I'll be a guest.
Well, you've already asked us a question today, so I mean, that's what a guest will do.
Well, no, we asked the guest question.
Oh no, we asked a guest question. So, Jack, how are you finding it being
really
a producer?
Enjoyable.
Yeah,
it's really enjoyable.
Good.
Yeah, there we go.
Good.
First guest in the bag.
He's not even getting paid, and he's saying that. It's good. Yeah, first guest in the bag. Should we call this episode Producer Deck?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get a guest on, whoever it may be. We've got a few ideas, haven't we? But
yeah, we just need to contact them.
Yeah.
And
tell them that they've got to be here.
Yeah. You haven't got a choice. You're coming on the podcast.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next podcast.
And thanks for listening. You'll hear us on the next podcast.
Thank you very much.
Peace.
Bye.